Traders who don't understand price action are essentially gambling with their finances. Here's how I know. Hello fellow traders, I'm Trader Tom with over a decade and a half of experience, as well as the founder of Simply Forex Trading Academy. I'm opening the doors to just 20 ambitious traders for my elite weekly masterclasses, where you get the chance to join an inner circle where ordinary traders turn into market experts. Dive deep into the art of price action trading across 4 intensive sessions. You'll emerge with ability to spot high probability trades, execute with confidence, and achieve consistent gains. Secure your spot immediately. Don't miss this exclusive opportunity to kickstart your journey. Can't wait to see you in class. Hello traders, welcome back. Trader Tom here from Simply Forex, the channel created to help you understand the charts. As always, guys, we're going to start by looking back at yesterday's trades, and it was quite a crazy news day, so we'll look at that. And then if you stay till the end of the vid, I'm also going to give you my trade ideas for today and the important news as well. All right, so let's start with yesterday, guys. And it was all about news, right? We had some worse than expected CPI figures that led to some US dollar weakness. And then we had the interest rate that was as expected that led to some US dollar strength. But it obviously affected all pairs. I mean, what we were looking at was euro pound. Okay, so this was the first trade that we were looking at. And as you can see, it was in a downtrend. Okay, and we were just trying to take advantage of this downtrend. And then if you look at the candles, just very bearish, right? And we had a bit more room to move into back down to this 84,000 psychological level. All right, so that was the idea. And then if you drop down to the H4 or even the H1, you can see this better. So there are a couple of entries really, right? This was the level, you know, if that level breaks, I'm not interested in it. It does eventually break. Okay, now price is, you know, potentially off to the upside. But before then, you know, we had this entry candle, you know, and the idea would be to take it back down to these lows. And we also had this level here where we had a nice big entry candle. Okay, but you know, with the second candle, do we have enough room to take the trade? The answer is no. But if you manage to get in on this candle and put your stop above here, then perhaps you did have some room to move into. So, you know, it was a good trade in terms of the levels. Yeah, we got a reaction and tried to take price back down to the lows. But as soon as it hit these lows, price just rejected it massively. Okay, and has now moved in the other direction, and I won't be interested in this sell today. All right, so that was euro pound, and then the other trade we were looking at was euro New Zealand. It was just the 2 trades from yesterday, and this is one of those things where trading can be very frustrating, and I'll explain very shortly. So what were we looking at? We were looking at a downtrend. Okay. We want to be with daily trend, and we were firmly in a downtrend. So tick, right? If I zoom in, you know, we also had nice big bearish candles, and especially this candle, because this candle broke these lows. So that is a continuation of trend. And the idea was just to come a little bit lower back down to this 7450 psychological level. And that's exactly what happened, right? Now, the frustrating thing is, guys, is sometimes you wait for an entry all day, right? We've got our gray zones mapped out. I just want to show you this gray zone here because this is where it reacted. But, you know, we perhaps didn't get, you know, a bearish enough reaction in here. Price continued up and you're like, right, brilliant. We're at my next gray zone, my area of support and resistance. I just want to see a nice reaction. And sometimes the reaction is so big that you don't have a trade, right? Look at this candle. It just come down and hit our target and the support level we were talking about, right? And you just don't have a trade. Yeah, the moves happened, right? And then, as you can see, price is building up from this support level. So, yeah, that can be a little frustrating, guys. What you want to see is a nice bearish candle about so big, right? Yeah, and then it gives you an opportunity to get in. You can start selling at the close of the candle, stop loss up here, take it down to target. Yeah, that's the ideal reaction. But as we know, trading doesn't give you everything that you want all the time. All right, so those were the two trades from yesterday. Let's take a look at today's trades now. Guys, if you enjoy receiving my analysis and trade ideas every single day, then please come join the channel. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button so you receive an alert, really important. And if everyone could please smash the like button, guys, really help support the vid and the channel. Thank you. Right, trades for Thursday the 13th of June. Before we get started, guys, first of all, if you haven't joined our trading community of like-minded traders, then why not? Yeah, come join our free Discord channel. You just create a username, we let you in. Also, right now, we're giving you free access to the VIP Trading Academy if you sign up with one of our preferred brokers, okay? Within the VIP Trading Academy, you get all of my trade signals, you get numerous tutorials on things that I've learned over the years, and you also get direct access to me should you need help with anything throughout the trading day, all right? So check that promo out. Also, guys, on the 24th of June, we are going to do a beginners masterclass. We did have 20 seats available. We now only have 10. If you're interested in that, it is also free, but you need to, again, to sign up with one of our preferred brokers. And the idea of that, guys, is for you to understand price action. We're going to teach you price action to the point where you have the confidence to find high probability trades and pull the trigger. All right, so if you're interested in that, guys, check out the promo. And finally, if you would like to show your support for the channel, then you can become a Simply Forex YouTube member, and there's many, many perks for doing so. All the information for all of these things are in the video description. Also, guys, don't forget 8 a.m. New York EST time. Come and join me for the live stream. We'll look at the live charts. Perhaps we'll have a trade and get all your questions ready for me. Right, there's all the announcements. Let's look at the trades for today. So really today, guys, yeah, it was all about US dollar news yesterday, right? The first piece of news was CPI, and that was worse than expected, and that led to some weakness in the dollar, right? And we all saw, you know, euro US dollar, pound US dollar fly up, right? And then later on, we had the Fed interest rate decision. And unlike a lot of central banks, they kept their interest rate the same. Okay, a lot of central banks have been reducing their interest rate. The fact they kept it the same led to some strength in the US dollar. All right, so we had weakness initially, followed by some US dollar strength. And that US dollar strength has led to some good trades for today, guys. All right, so let's start with the first one, and it is Aussie dollar against the US dollar. Okay, so let's just look at structure. So yeah, this is that US dollar strength at the end of the day, you know, bouncing off a nice resistance level. Okay. And if you follow this pair in terms of structure, yeah, we were in an uptrend, right? And then as soon as we got this level, this level broke and these lows broke with this big red candle here. So at this very point, we are in a downtrend, but we are still in a downtrend, right? Price has retraced. It hasn't broken this last high, right? Because this big wick closed back below this last high. So the lower lows are still intact and the highs are still intact. All right. So we're looking to carry on this downtrend, potentially back down to this gray zone support level and this 6,000 psychological level. All right, so that's the idea, guys. You know, and we obviously like this big wick rejection at the highs. If we drop down to the H4, okay, the H4 isn't giving us much, but basically what we want to see, guys, on the H4 is, you know, potentially a retrace into here somewhere, and then we can come lower. but you get more information on the H1 here. So as you can see, you know, this is the news, CPI, and then interest rate decision. Okay. And then we got some overnight, you know, nothing. And then, you know, we've had this bearish candle. I was considering entering on this candle, right? But really, I want to see more of a retrace before we come lower. Now, you know, can we say this is a break of a low and we're getting lower lows? Potentially, right? We could, but really, guys, what I want to see is a retrace just into here somewhere. You know, sometimes when we don't have any area to go against, yeah, sometimes the fibs can be a good idea. Yeah, take your fib from the top. We don't know what the bottom is yet, to the bottom, you know, and then look for some of these fib levels for price to react at. You know, I may use fibs to look for a level to take lower. All right, guys. So yeah, we just want to see retrace, and then we can start selling Aussie dollar, US dollar. Maybe this is the break of these lows and price just carries on down. If so, you know, we've missed the trade, and I have no problem with that, right? I want to see a retrace before we come lower. And the next one is Euro US dollar. So like I say, it's led to a couple of US dollar major pairs and potential trades on them. So let's look at the day chart, Euro US dollar. And we knew because of the Euro elections, this thing has just been hurtling down, right? Now, again, let's just follow structure. So at this point, we were in a downtrend. We were getting lower lows. And then bang, we were in an uptrend. You know, this has been a little scruffy and difficult to trade, right? And then we got this reaction here. So, and then we got bang, right? Keep going. We're in a downtrend. Yeah, broke these lows. If you don't consider that low significant enough, it definitely broke these lows as well. So we are clearly in a downtrend, right? We're getting lower lows down here. And again, we had that big push up with CPI and then this big rejection with the interest rate decision. Okay. And this is where we are. We're in a downtrend, right? Okay. And we've had a bounce off. Now, you know, look at this moving average 20 as well at this area of resistance. So that's like double whammy resistance. Okay. And I know this is, you know, a green candle, but it's the wick. Same with Aussie dollar, US dollar, Euro, US dollar. It's these wicks. It's this rejection that we've had in price. Sellers have pushed that down. So we're aiming to take price back down to this psychological level, 0750. If we drop down to the H4, so, you know, you can see on the H4 that we found a little bit of support here, right? So price might want to come back up to here, right? Then we get a bearish reaction, but we could potentially look to sell from that area, okay? If we drop down to the H1 now, another idea would be this, right? So at the moment, the H1 structure is in an uptrend, but perhaps we break this low, right? We break this low, we get a bearish candle, we're below the moving average 20. Perhaps we could start selling from here, back down to here, put our stop above here. All right, so we'll see how this develops, but that's what I'm looking for to sell Euro US dollar. And there's more trades, guys. Yeah, I've literally just entered this trade. All right, and it is pound Aussie dollar. Okay, if we look at this, this is the weekly chart is really nice here as well. So let's start with the weekly chart, right? And you can see, guys, we was in this scruffy price action, right? Price broke down and now it's building back up, right? And just look at how bullish these candles are, right? So the idea is to potentially just take it back up to this high. It could carry on a little bit further up into this area, all right, on the weekly chart. If we drop down to the day chart now, let's draw this grey zone a little bit across, okay? We're still in an uptrend, right?
price came up. It was sort of hovering around this level, just, battling between support and resistance, and then bang, right? We got this massive bullish candle breaking these highs. That is an uptrend, a continuation of the uptrend. Now, yeah, price has come up. It's now, retraced back to the moving average and this area of support. So I really like this area of support here. That is like double whammy support. We've got a bit of a bullish reaction here. And the idea is to, potentially come all the way back up to here, if not further. Okay. If we drop down to the H4 now, okay, let's drop down to the H1 because this is exactly why I entered, guys, right? So we've got our area of support, price has come down, hit that area, right? And then H1 structure has become an uptrend, right? We've broke these highs with this bullish candle here. We're now getting higher lows, higher highs. Let me show you that again. Higher lows, higher highs, right? We're in an uptrend and it's just broken the moving average 20 for me, which is another visual thing that I look for. Now I'm in this trade, right? And the idea is to potentially take it back up to this next area of resistance, take some profit, let some profit run. However, there is clearly a level through here, right? And I am going to see how price reacts at this level. Okay, I'm putting, the faith in the day trend, which is what I always do. And the day trend is in an uptrend, and therefore price could continue. But I still need to be aware of where price could potentially reject. And this area, while looking at this trade, I will see what price does here. Okay, we start getting massive rejection candles followed by another red candle. I might just scratch this trade. So we'll see, guys. But pound Aussie dollar, I'm in this trade, entered here, stop below here, looking to take price up to here. And then finally, they're really my three main trade ideas. But also, we're looking at Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. I just like the level still, right? Because if we look at CAD yen, right, it was in an uptrend and then bang, we've clearly broken down and now price is just bobbling along at this level. But we've got lower lows, lower highs, okay? And it still hasn't broken this level. And look at all of these wicks, wick, 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 wick. Okay, now I'm still looking for the same here, right? I just want to see a structure breakdown. And there's a bit of a level through here, you can see, right? On the H4, we probably really need to see that broken. If we look at the H1, yeah, I'm going to consider this level. Okay, we can put a little grey box in, a little support zone. So if price ends up, it's come up, if it ends up breaking this level, okay, breaking these lows, I will start selling it down to here, take some profit, let some profit run. All right, but we'll see. If we don't get that structure break, I'm not interested in the trade. All right, so let's see how that pans out. Okay, guys, so those are my trade ideas for today. Let's take a look at the news now. So news for Thursday, the 13th of June. Before we get started, itchy nose, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button and smash that like button, guys. And don't forget to join me for the live stream today, 8 a.m. New York EST time. We'll look at the live charts, get all your questions ready for me. We will do it. Right, news for today then. So overnight, we've had some important employment data coming out of Australia, which were better than expected. And we have seen some Aussie dollar strength off the back of that. But that's been and gone. The first piece of news we're interested in is this. At 7:30, these are all London GMT. Coming out of Switzerland, we've got PPI. So this is like inflation for business. But this is really important, guys, and could move any Swiss franc pair. After that, the next piece of news we're interested in is this. At 1:30, coming out of the US, we've got PPI, initial jobless claims, core PPI, continuing jobless claims, you know, a lot of big data at once. So that's like one big 3-star rating and could really move the US dollar pairs. And we're interested in the US dollar pairs today. And then after that, guys, one more piece of news that we're interested in is this. At 6 o'clock, coming out of the US, we've got the 30-year bond auction. So that could move any US dollar pairs. And if you are still awake, this is important. Yeah, we've got PMI coming out of New Zealand as well. All right, guys. So, yeah, have a great trading day. Don't forget to join me for the live stream later today. I'll see you later.